Ceres in Sagittarius, sowing wild oats. This video has been sponsored by Kauai Honey. Thank you, Kauai, for sponsoring another video. And here are Kauai's questions. So Kauai said, I know most astrologers do not talk about the asteroid Ceres and what it represents in one's own astrological chart. I can only find a few videos and information on the web about it. Yeah, there's not a lot of information about asteroids, period, on the websites and all that. So it helps to have some books. There's one book in particular that I love. It's called Mechanics of the Future Asteroids by Martha Lane Westcott. To me, that's the best book for asteroids. But even that book is very limited because there's thousands of asteroids. So also you said, I have Ceres in Sagittarius at the 24th degree squaring Venus in Virgo, conjoined to my Uranus in Sagittarius, opposite my part of fortune, and Chiron in Gemini. All right, so I will discuss what those aspects to your Ceres can represent. But first, let's talk about Ceres in general. So Ceres is considered a dwarf planet, but it is classified as an asteroid in astrology, and it's one of the more common asteroids. It's located between Mars and Jupiter's orbits. Ceres travels approximately 2 degrees every 5 days and 1 degree per 5 days when retrograde. Ceres is named after the Roman goddess Ceres. Demeter is her Greek counterpart and predecessor. Agriculture, food, nourishment, nurturing, and protection are major themes. The mother-child relationship is a major theme as well. Goddess Ceres mythology. Goddess of agriculture, grain, i.e. cereal. So the word cereal is derived from the word Ceres. Farmers, mothers, and motherly influences, fertility, the seasons. So these themes pertain to Ceres. So when you see Ceres in your chart, think about these themes. In astrology, Ceres represents one's relationship with the mother and other mother figures. A child goes missing or is kidnapped or searching for a child. That's very much part of the themes of Ceres. Protection is a major theme, and it goes hand in hand with a child that goes missing or is kidnapped. And that is related to the goddess Persephone, also Proserpina. So Proserpina, it was the daughter of Ceres, the Roman counterpart. The Greek would be Persephone. So basically, Hades kidnapped Proserpina and dragged her down to hell, basically, or to his realm. And basically, they said that he married her, but he really assaulted her and kidnapped her. And Ceres was so distraught, Ceres, the mother, that she basically was like, okay, I'm not bringing forth spring. I'm not bringing forth new life. And basically, Jupiter had to compromise, Jupiter being the chief of the gods, and had to compromise and basically, told Hades, well, allow Proserpina, again, the daughter of Ceres, to come back to her, come back to, this earthly realm so that she could spend time with her daughter. Law and order, the realm of the dead. So again, the Hades theme coincides with the whole realm of the dead. Also, Ceres can represent food preferences, eating habits, diet and dietary concerns or issues such as food allergies. Now let's talk about Ceres in Sagittarius in particular. And this is very apropos because it is Sagittarius season. So with Ceres and Sagittarius, basically you're looking at a bountiful harvest. Also spiritual nourishment. And I liken Ceres and Sagittarius to fairy godmother energy, nurturing from afar, increased fertility. Also, Ceres and Sagittarius can bring a need to carry or wear some form of protection when traveling long distances. Or I would advise one too if you have your Ceres and Sagittarius, like you do, Kauai. So if you travel long distances, I would carry something like Tiger's Eye or Onyx or even the Evil Eye pendant you can wear. Vigilante justice is what could be called for when one Ceres is in Sagittarius. So again, remember, matters of justice and law and order are major themes of Ceres, but most of all, Ceres is pertaining to the mother and especially one's relationship to the mother, as well as nurturing, as well as food, agriculture, crops. So let's get into the mother theme. So here we have over here we have Cynthia Erivo, and she's been in the news lately because she looks much more gaunt than she looks in this picture. This was taken, I guess, a few years ago before she lost all that weight for the movie Wicked. So she's been circulating in the news lately with Ariana Grande because they've been acting all weird and alien-like. But anyway, that's for another topic. But yes, so Cynthia Revo is one of the people that have Ceres in Sagittarius. And here she is with her mother. So, about the mother. When you have Ceres in Sagittarius, mom could be very generous and forgiving. Enrichment through the mother. Traveling with mom. So, mom could be your travel companion. Distance between you and your mother could be an issue. So some people that have Ceres in Sagittarius, they may have first left their mother when they enter college. And Sagittarius rules colleges and universities. And maybe they had a hard time, either them or their mother or both had a hard time dealing with that separation. Mother promotes your strengths, hypes you up, such as Cynthia Erivo's mother. Mother's faith in you is a big deal. A strong intuitive connection. Now, keep in mind, these are general themes for Ceres and Sagittarius dealing with the mother. So, if there's challenging aspects involving Ceres and Sagittarius, there could be some challenges with manifesting these positive traits, such as mother's faith in you. Mother may lack faith in you. Also, Ceres and Sagittarius can produce a strong intuitive connection between mother and child. Also, legal issues or a court case involving the mother could arise at some point. Divine intervention where mother is concerned is possible. Also, Ceres and Sagittarius could play out as a godmother or a mother-in-law. And also, Cynthia Erivo named her production company Edith's Daughter as a tribute to her mother. And again, I see that because more than likely, Cynthia Erivo's mother was a major promoter of her strengths and also had a lot of faith in her that she would succeed. Also, being an adoptive mother is a possible manifestation with Ceres and Sagittarius, with Sagittarius ruling adoption. So here's Bow Wow. He's another one with Ceres and Sagittarius. Here he is with his mother. So the mother could be very generous, or generosity could be a major theme. So again, if there's challenging aspects to Ceres, maybe the mother is not as generous as you would like her to be. Mom is a promoter of your talents. I think I said that before. Divine intervention involving mother. Sorry if I repeated this. Mother could have encouraged you to be more free-spirited or may have been given too much freedom or leeway. adoptive or foster care mother. So I said I got ahead of myself. Sorry. A lot of merriment, joking around, and pranks that could be going on if you have Ceres and Sagittarius. So a very lighthearted relationship with the mom, a lot of joking around, pranks. Mom could have been easily overwhelmed. Issues with morals, ethics, and principles involving mother. And you may have felt overlooked at times due to mother's plate being full. Mother could have been spread thin, and mom could have been overbearing at times as well. Let's talk about nurturing. Here's Kendrick Lamar. He also has Ceres in Sagittarius, and here he is with his mother. So his mother said that he was the only child until age 7 and was described as a loner by his mother. So Kendrick Lamar's series is at 29 degrees Sagittarius and it's retrograde. Oftentimes that 29 can produce challenges with the mother. So I'm seeing where they may not have had a very close relationship. And we have Michael B. Jordan with his mother and also his father. And about protection. So it says Jordan grew up in a religious household, and that points to his mother in particular. So Ceres and Sagittarius can deal with a very spiritual or very religious mother, but it's not always going to be the case. Now, Jordan grew up in a religious household and considers himself to be spiritual. As of 2018, he lived with his parents in a Sherman Oaks home that he purchased. So Michael B. Jordan has Ceres in Sagittarius and is conjoined to his Saturn. Now, you know, Saturn rules father. So I was thinking about this and I was like, maybe he was still living with his parents. Mind you, he bought the home for his parents because he don't fully trust his father. Maybe his father is known to take advantage of the mother or maybe, you know, be too domineering over the mother or be a freeloader or what have you. So that's what I'm speculating that Michael B. Jordan was coming from a position of protection with him still living with his parents, even though he had multi-million dollars. Food, diet. So, dietary restrictions due to religious or spiritual beliefs, but also blood disorders, is possible, with Sagittarius ruling the blood. Also, Ceres and Sagittarius makes me think of like rare or bloody steak. Now, this doesn't mean that everybody with Ceres and Sagittarius likes rare or bloody steak, but maybe it will be a theme at some point. Like maybe you will get served a rare steak and you have to send it back because you like it medium or medium well. Or maybe your mother tried to get you to like rare or bloody steak, or maybe that's what your mother like or whatever. But that's what made me think of that, just with Ceres ruling food and Sagittarius ruling the blood. Preference for foreign cuisine, being an adventurous eater. So that's possible with Ceres and Sagittarius. Also, foods could cause blood pressure or blood sugar to spike when you have Ceres and Sagittarius. It says in December 2015, it was reported that Rob Kardashian was hospitalized after falling ill and diagnosed with diabetes. So Rob Kardashian has Ceres in Sagittarius. So I'm sure he's very familiar with certain foods causing his blood sugar to spike. Food diet. Prone to overeating or could easily gain weight. With Venus and Virgo square Ceres in Sagittarius, that's your aspect, Kauai. It may not be easy to stick to a diet. Could be a messy eater with this square as well. But I'm going to get more into that square a little bit later on. A lot of money could be spent on food. Extras, so you might like extras, like extra cheese, extra sour cream, extra meat. Sagittarius is very much about being extra. Trust me, I know. Venus in Virgo square Ceres in Sagittarius. Again, this is your square, Kauai. So this is like having champagne taste on a beer budget. So you might like to go out to eat a lot, but then your budget, you might be, breaking your bank. You might be exceeding your budget. You might get into some financial trouble as a result of wanting to live that high life, fine dining, or just maybe ordering Uber Eats a lot or what have you. Naya Rivera, here she is right here. It said she suffered from anorexia as a teenager, something she opened up about as an adult. So Naya Rivera has Ceres in Sagittarius opposing her Gemini ascendant. So that can represent her fear of getting fat if she eats. So her having the whole anorexia when she was younger makes a lot of sense because Ceres and Sagittarius can deal with where you're putting on weight because you're either overeating or you might have some disorder that makes it easy for you to put on weight, such as a thyroid disorder. So, case in point, if you have Ceres and Sagittarius in the second house, like you do, Kauai, you might have a thyroid disorder. You might have an underactive thyroid that results in you gaining weight. It don't matter if you're fasting or if you're cutting back calories, if you're only eating 1,200 calories a day, you still might have it hard, like find it hard to lose weight, or you might gain weight very easily. So let's talk about your aspects to Ceres. So you have Ceres conjoined to Uranus in Sagittarius, and it's in your second house. So this can produce weird cravings or eating habits, abrupt or drastic changes in taste or preferences. Certain foods could wreak havoc upon your circulatory system. For instance, clogged arteries due to high cholesterol. And your circulatory system, your veins and arteries, are ruled by Uranus. And remember, I said Sagittarius rules the blood. Ordering food online or through apps like Grubhub or Uber Eats could be a drain on your finances, especially when we take that square into account with Venus and Virgo. A friend could be a freeloader when it comes to food. So y'all might be going out to eat and then, conveniently she leaves her wallet at home or she don't have enough money or she's like, "Oh, I got you next week, girl," or whatever like that. So that could be an issue. Venus and Virgo square Ceres in Sagittarius. Skipping steps in a recipe or instructions if you're cooking. So that's possible. Challenges with adhering to a diet plan and fitness regimen. Legal issues involving a job, such as a challenge with getting approved for workers' compensation. Mother's health condition could be overlooked to the point where it becomes almost too late or too late. Encountering hygienic issues with food in terms of cleanliness, preparation. So with this, you want to be very selective when patronizing restaurants because with this square, you could find some nasty stuff in your food, or it might be close to expiration, or might be find a band-aid in your food or in your salad or something. So always check your food and don't patronize restaurants that look sketchy or that have a poor reputation. Always look at the reviews if you're not sure. Disorder of digestive system requires you to be careful what you eat. Basically, you can't eat freely with this square. Not saying it's a definite, but it's a possible manifestation. And then you have Ceres conjoining Uranus, opposing Chiron and the part of fortune in Gemini. So this opposition represents your search for information on Ceres from an astrological perspective, but you come up short. You're having a hard time finding information. This is basically what this is representing. Also, this opposition could represent farmers markets that you have attended, or maybe at some point you'll be selling some items at a farmers market, making money at farmers markets. And this part right here, when I was preparing for this video, I just visualized Cat's Deli. If you don't know about Cat's Deli, Google it. It's a famous deli in New York City, and they have a few locations. Well, Cat's Deli is notorious for having this old-fashioned ticket system. So basically, when you enter Cat's Deli, and I've never been to Cat's, I refuse to go to a place like this. But I know about it because I watch these videos on YouTube about restaurants and stuff. So you go to Cat's Deli, right? As soon as you go there, as soon as you enter, you're handed a ticket and you're told that you need to hold on to this ticket. Now, they really don't explain what's going to happen if you don't hold on to the ticket. Sometimes I heard they do. But anyway, you take your ticket, you give it to the guys on the other side of the counter who's making the sandwiches and all the other stuff. And then they're supposed to give you the ticket back, and you better hold on to this ticket because if you don't, they're going to charge you $50 when you leave. And just go to the 1-star reviews on Cat's Deli. Like if you like a lot of drama, prepare to be entertained. Every now and then I like reading the 1-star reviews just for kicks, shits and giggles, you know what I'm saying? So Cat's Deli, it definitely will keep you entertained with the 1-star reviews. But there's been a number of people who have been charged $50 because they lost their ticket or they threw it away or what have you. But that's what I'm saying could happen with this opposition. If you were to go to New York City and go to Cat's Deli, I wouldn't be surprised if you were one of the ones that misplaced your ticket and now they're charging you for $50. Rationalizing why you shouldn't leave a tip at a restaurant. So that's possible. Or just going back and forth. Should I leave a tip? How much should I leave? Additional charges for using a debit or credit card is possible. And be careful using cards while traveling, especially debit cards with this opposition. So that concludes my video on Ceres and Sagittarius. I know it was kind of short, but again, there's not that much to be said about Ceres and Sagittarius. We could, get real anal and talk about the different aspects and what happens when this is conjoined to this and all that type of stuff. But hopefully you just get the gist of it, at least in terms of how Ceres and Sagittarius can play out in your own life, Kawaii. And I just want to thank you once again for sponsoring this video. Stay tuned for more videos. I know I've been going for a minute, but I got some videos that I'll be posting next week back to back, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, if you would like a reading, you could go to my website. The link is in the description section. Also, it's my birthday today. I turned 50. I can't believe it. I'm 50. Like, I'm still kind of in shock. Like, I'm just like, wow. But yeah, if you would like to give me a little birthday gift, you could just hit up my Cash App or my PayPal and send me a little something. If you do, make sure you provide your name so that I can thank you and shout you out. But yeah, thanks, many blessings, and I'll be back soon.